Hello? SpaceX is launching a rocket tonight. I live about 250 miles away from where they're launching it, but I suspect I'll still be able to see it. 250 miles away is a long way to see something that's, well, it's large, but it's 250 miles. I suspect that I will be able to see it, however, because I've seen several. There's a video looping on my computer of one that I shot a while ago. But tonight is going to be special because tonight they're launching the rocket between 30 minutes and an hour after sunset. And during that twilight time, something magical happens. It's called the twilight effect. So in this state, 30 minutes after sunset is when you officially have to turn on your headlights because things are getting pretty dark. This launch is happening a little more than 30 minutes after sunset, so it'll be getting pretty dark. But the sun has just gone below the horizon at that point, and so some of that sunlight is still shining up high in the sky where you can't really see it anymore. But the rocket trail will be up at that altitude, and it should be able to catch some of that sunlight. And so what happens is you end up creating something called a man-made noctilescent cloud. These are extremely high altitude clouds that reflect sunlight, and against the dark sky, it makes for a very dramatic effect. So I'm excited about this launch. It should show up nicely against the dark sky, and this one should go right over my house. So I should be able to see it for a good long time as it traverses most of the sky above. Also, since the last time I was able to photograph a twilight effect launch, I was able to acquire a 400mm lens, so we should get some pretty good close-up views as well.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Coming up over those trees over there. You see that?
Yeah. The dot?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, I remember the first time that I saw one of these rocket launches. At the time, I was going to college on the Central Coast. And so I said, I bet, that base is only about 50 miles away. I wonder if I can see that rocket launch. So I drove down to Pismo Beach and I set out on a bluff someplace. And I waited to see if I could see this launch. This was probably around 2000, 2002, somewhere around there. Now, I had never seen a rocket launch in person before, so I didn't really know what to expect. So I saw what turned out to be a plane, but it had its landing lights on, so I didn't see the telltale blinky blinky. And so I just see this bright light like rising up over the hill. I'm like, oh, that must be it. It's so amazing. I'm seeing a rocket right now. And right at that moment, the actual rocket launched and it lit up the night sky, like to the point where you could see the clouds and everything. I mean, there was no mistaking. And I'm like, no, I think that's the rocket. That thing's just, that's garbage. That's just a plane. This is a rocket. And it was amazing. So flash forward 10 or 15 years, and now I've moved down to Southern California. And I hear that they're going to be launching another rocket. And I'm like, that one that I saw on the Central Coast was so bright. I bet I can see that even from here. So I got up in the middle of the night, busted out a lawn chair, and went and sat in a big empty field, which was the only place I could find that had a clear view of the sky from where I lived at the time. And sure enough, I was able to see that rocket, and it was really cool. It excited me. So flash forward another 10 years or so down the line, and SpaceX is a thing. Back in the day, it was really just United Launch Alliance that launched rockets, and they were few and far between from the Vandenberg Air Force Base. Most rockets are launched in like Florida. So now that SpaceX has come around, they started launching all of these Starlink satellites, and they launched them regular business. We seem to get a SpaceX launch probably once or twice a month. They really launch quite often now. So it's really cool to be able to see them. The downside is that all of those satellites is really wrecking my astrophotography, and it makes it really difficult to edit them out, and there's just constantly satellites going through all of my images. So couple that with the increasing light pollution in my area, and this hobby is becoming harder, but it's still worth it. I'm still having fun with it. And I'm planning a couple of dark sky camping trips. So I'm gonna go out to like maybe, I don't know, Joshua Tree or out in the middle of the desert someplace and see if I can get some dark sky images, because I've never done that kind of photography before. So look forward to that in the future here. And of course, I've got my solar eclipse glasses and some other eclipse viewing goodies, because taking you for a trip to go see the eclipse. Watch out for that one. It's going to be coming up soon. Hope you enjoyed the launch. Until next time, clear skies. Dude, there's the first stage over there, right over that palm tree. So that's the main engine coming back to land on the drone ship.
Whoa!
It hasn't achieved orbit yet. You can still see it on the camera.